Hello everyone, I'm Jesse Krull. Welcome to Tommy Media's The Locker Room. St. Thomas men's basketball team is ranked number 1 in the nation and is 17-1. Tommy's trounced St. Mary's Wednesday 87-46 and will host Hamlin Saturday. I'm joined today by Coach John Tower, center Tommy Hannon, and forward Zach Riedeman. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, you're off to a great start of the season. I mean, there have been blowouts too, but how do you keep your team from becoming overconfident?
Well, I think we've certainly been fortunate to win a lot of games by considerable margins, and that's allowed us to probably play even more guys. We're deep and usually play 10 to 12, and there have been a lot of games where we've gotten 17, 18, 19 guys in the game. And so, you know, one of the things we talk about on a daily basis is trust, that if we do the right things, the outcome should take care of itself. So certainly I think this year we've had probably more big margin victories than we've had in any year in recent history. But to this point, I've been really pleased with how the guys have responded. And some of that, I think, is they really just love playing with one another. Some of it's they're passionate about basketball, and I think some of it's, you know, veterans and senior leadership who know that we've got a special opportunity and let's make the most of every day.
Tommy, you're a senior and a captain, and someone players look up to. What are some of the expectations that go along with this role?
You know, we talked to Coach Tower before the season, and my job, as well as the other 3 senior captains and our other senior, Drew Matthews, is to, you know, be the leaders on the team. You know, we've been through, you know, the thick and the thin. We went on the national championship run, so just to keep everyone cool-headed. You know, there's a lot of ups and downs in the season. You know, as we could contest to on Monday when we lost the game, and just not to have everyone with their heads down. And you know, it's a very long season, so just to keep everyone positive and know that, you know, this is the most talented team I've been on here. So just if we really work together and, you know, stay, like Coach Tower said, trust each other, we can do something special.
Coach, speaking about that loss Monday night, what do you think some of the lessons that the team learned from that loss, and how do you think that will fit into the game plan on the upcoming season?
You know, I think a lot of factors went into that, and that takes nothing away from Concordia. They played a really solid game, and there are a lot of things that we didn't probably do as well as we'd like to. We talk every day about learning lessons from wins and losses. Lots of times it's easy to take pause and you reflect so much on losses. Sometimes you make more of them than you need to. I like the way our guys bounced back last night against St. Mary's. You know, while you have to learn from losses, I think we try and learn from every victory as well. And the lessons are always about, you know, we're not going to overhaul things. It's more tweaking. You know, okay, Concordia, we didn't rebound the way that we needed to. We certainly didn't shoot the ball the way we can, either from the field or the free throw line. But on a day-to-day basis, it's much more about getting better each day than it is, well, we lost, now we need to fix things. Last night we had a really good game against St. Mary's and took good care of the ball. We're going to try and get better today in practice.
Zach, speaking about that offense, you either can score by driving the lane or shooting from behind the arc. What part of your game affects the offense the best?
I mean, I wouldn't really say there's a specific part of my game, but if I had to think about it, you know, it's all around kind of, like what you said, shooting, driving the hoop, you know, if Tommy gets down low in the post, you know, backdoor cut or something like that, just kind of working within the offense, because, you know, we always talk about spacing, reverse the ball, you know, get it in the post, just stuff like that. So if I had to speak about, you know, one thing that I think I probably do the most, I would like to think score, because that's kind of just what I've always done.
Well, whatever you're doing, it's definitely working this season. And now it's time for this week's fan question. Coach, Sam Harvey wants to know, with this senior class playing a huge role, who do you think will fill the void of these men next year?
Well, I think part of having a program that's sustainable over time is the good and bad of that is you have outstanding seniors like Tommy and Noah Kaiser, Will DeBerg, John Nance, Drew Matthews. Those 5 guys are all special, and there will be a void, there's no question. But in the same way, you look at Zach and many of his classmates and the sophomores and freshmen, and if we do things right and we create a culture that strives to be excellent every day, what we hope you see is next year those juniors become the senior leaders and the freshmen and sophomores all of a sudden look a lot more veteran. And I think you're seeing a lot of that this year. That Peter Leslie was our only senior last year. Tommy was a senior and had a medical red shirt. And so last year we were relatively young and inexperienced, and all of a sudden this year you see a lot of guys who got a lot of minutes last year, and that's one of the reasons we play a lot of guys, is because we feel like over time that will allow us to sustain an excellent program where year over year we don't have voids where we say we just graduated 5 seniors and we only played 5 guys. So I think you'll see Zach and his class step up as leaders, but I also think you'll see a lot of the young guys who day in and day out are getting to go against some of the best players in the country and some of the best leaders in the country, that that helps accelerate their maturation process. They'll get on the court for a little bit more time next year, and the learning curve should be a little quicker.
There's definitely a great outlook for next season, and good luck this Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you have a question, tweet it to @TommyMedia. Thanks for tuning in. With Coach John Tower, Tommy Hannon, and Zach Riedeman, I'm Jesse Krull. We'll see you next time in The Locker Room.